It's safe to say that Airliners International 2024 was a huge success. From really cool diecast model aircraft, to some unreal tours, to the rich aviation history of Kansas City, there's no doubt that AI 2024 was substantial. Today, we're going to be talking about all the videos I made from this convention and what to expect with Airliners International 2025. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Alrighty everybody, so we're doing it. It's crazy. After a really fun year of posting Airliners International 2024 videos, this is the final one. And you know, at some point I might come back to archives and make some cool collages and videos and so forth. But as of for pure content, this is our list. So we're gonna end off, I believe, with 35 videos, which I'm certainly happy with. It's a little lower volume than what I wanted, and I'll explain why through the process. But overall, I think that we really did a good job covering all kinds of aspects of the show. I definitely hit on several of the aspects that I wanted to, all the tours, all of the model aircraft, and all the history of MCI. So no doubt it was really cool and so many awesome vibes to it. So with that being said, everybody, let's just go ahead and get started. Our first video was a very special one with JJ, and this was a Airliners International haul video. So I did all the haul in one video, just like I do the models for themselves, then I do all of it together. So this video, we ran through all the items, and it was certainly an extensive list this year. I certainly think that it was a great year in terms of really good gem model snags in conjunction with some other cool pieces. There was a custom airport base. There was also quite a bit of ground service equipment and so forth, and then we also had plenty of timetables, postcards, and other aviation memorabilia, which was awesome. Now, I do want to note that I flew into Kansas City, so that obviously limited all of what I was able to take, on top of flying in from a massive 2-week trip to Europe prior. So I was a little limited, but I still think I did a good job getting as much as I could, and fortunately I was able to get it all back. So that was really cool and definitely a really good way to kick it off there. And then we had the initial reflection video, which I'm super happy that I decided to make this video. I think this was a really cool one to really judge the scope. And yeah, I think the video really covered the full landscape of what AI is: GeminiJets, tours, friends, all of it. So I was super happy with how that turned out, and that video really gives a scope of what the convention looked like. And then we obviously went into the content preview, which I'm really glad I did that. Now, all of what I said in that video did not quite happen, but definitely 75% of it did. So I am really happy that we covered the majority of what I was hoping to in the content preview. It was mainly the seminars, and I'll kind of talk about what my plan is and why those did not all come out. Quite frankly, life happened. My life completely changed from summer of 24 to summer of 25. So you'll understand once we get down the list a little bit more. Let's move into our next sequence of videos. The next video up was the massive unboxing. It was number 50. I timed it just right, so super happy about that. That was also the 5th year of massive unboxing, so it really all came together well. We had a 20 model unboxing with some really cool older aircraft and also plenty of newer ones, and I think that turned out really well. So I was super happy about it. It was quite the variety. It was certainly a very variety-based collection there. So I'll be very eager to see what Atlanta looks like and what we're getting. So I'm very excited about all that. We also had the day one vlog, which was a very popular video, so I appreciate all of you greatly for supporting that. I really had a fun time putting that together, and it was a great vlog, so very memorable. I did it on a plane to Hawaii, so no doubt a really good overview of what the show looks like, and I can only imagine what that video is going to look like in Atlanta. Probably less than a month from now is when that's going to be coming out, so it's going to be crazy. I'm very excited, so that's going to be a blast. By far the most popular video, and I'm not completely surprised, but it's certainly opening and warming to see this be the most popular video, is the Elton 11 tour, which was such a fun time, and multiple people on YouTube had very high success rates with this topic. Syracuse Aviation did, JJ did, and several others that made it certainly did well. My video has progressively went up, and it's at 15,000 views almost now, so we'll be continuing to see it rise. It's one of my highest performers to date, and this video has certainly been fun to highlight what the Elton 11 looks like. And obviously with only 2 of them that you can get inside the world that are preserved, obviously it's very cool to see what the details all look like. So overall, I was very happy with this, and it was a great time. We really got in a good weekly groove, which I was super happy about. talking about the GeminiJets insight from Todd's seminar, which was so much fun. I think we learned so much about Gemini in that, and definitely check out the full videos on these tours as we continue to move forward. We also had the memorabilia haul, so I did a separate video encompassing all the memorabilia I got. There was quite a few safety cards, quite a few timetables, quite a few postcards, and just a wide assortment. So definitely expecting that video to return, so that will be very exciting along with all of these. Really, I'll be sure to tell you if there's not one I anticipate, but all these were very important. We had the day 0 vlog, which was certainly a very eye-opening one to what the first day looks like, and this year, upcoming year's one's going to be really interesting to see what mine's going to look like particularly. So, but I think there'll probably be a bunch of plane spotting in it, so stay tuned. And we had the interview with Todd. I was so happy with how this turned out, and I definitely anticipate doing more of this as we move forward. So definitely expect more videos like this as we continue to gather the scope. So definitely expect more videos like that this year with plenty of fellow, big names in the aviation landscape. We also had the plane spotting meetup. We obviously know the story here. I'm not going to go too far into it. I think that will be much more successful here at ATL. But obviously I still wanted to cover what we were able to accomplish with that short amount of time. The next set of videos are also really cool. We had the day 2 vlog, which was certainly a blast, and once again, really cool to highlight all the various vendors and models and so forth. Then we had the interview with DG Pilot. Very much enjoyed that as well, and DG Pilot has quite an awesome scope in regards to what they offer at the store and how many different aircraft they have. So great to hear a retailer's perspective, and definitely 100% look to do more of that as we move forward. We had the welcome reception, which was certainly a very fun time to learn about aviation history at MCI. I really enjoyed it, and that was a big part of the new content this year, and I think we're going to have slightly less just because of how loaded the plane spotting is going to be by default, but I still expect some cool aviation history videos to be coming out from ATL, so definitely expect those. We also have the 16mm aviation films, which this was certainly a huge gem from the welcome reception as well, and we will see if we have similar goes at it here as we move forward, so definitely eager to see what that's going to look like. We have the Weather Center tour. That was also another really cool tour, so definitely really cool to see what that was like. We have the discussion with Todd, and I think this was just as insightful as the interview was to just see, what he thought about the releases, the factories, and how the logistics of GeminiJets come together in a non-formal setting. So I really enjoyed that. We had the 747 history from Tom Livesey, great seminar speaker he is, and just overall really enjoyed covering that, so that was really fun. And then we had the airport history video, which this was more detailed than the welcome reception of MCI's history. So overall, really enjoyed that, and that was really cool. Another very hot video from the show was the TWA Museum, rightfully so, with the really cool cutaway models. We had some really cool exhibits. It was a very unique museum in its landscape, so really glad we got to check it out, and overall, I really enjoyed it. We also had epic 747 slides from the Friday night presentation, so that was really cool from Tom as well. Then we had the custom airport bases. I really enjoyed that clip and definitely expect more clips like that. And then we got halfway, and I'll be honest, there was a few less videos halfway, but you'll kind of see why. So for context, this is where I started my internship. It got very busy, especially March, April, May, and obviously now into June. So you'll get less and less videos as we move, but it'll kind of make sense. We started with Slimmerville, which obviously is quite the place, and excited to see what Slimmerville looks like this upcoming year. Airways Magazine seminar from Mr. Steve Cosgrove, which was really cool to see his perspective on his excellent magazine and what it looks like, so that was fun. We had the contest room, which I will make it in Atlanta, so I won't have to use JJ's footage, but I appreciate him being very considerate to let me use that for this situation. We had the DC-10 slides, which were really cool from, I think those were John Jameson. No, this was the tribute, excuse me, I'm sorry. This was the tribute to the person that unfortunately passed away, which I thought was really nice that they did that for him. So yeah, definitely may he rest in peace. And then we had the mix and match coming up. So that's down here, and those were just, it was such a fun time. So that was really cool. We had the banquet dinner, which I just now realized that I made a video about the banquet, but highlighted it with Noah Phillips but I kind of went over the banquet again. I kind of forgot that I did this video, so that shows you how many videos I made, but I kind of forgot that I did this particular video, and then Noah Phillips got more emphasis in the later on video, but we kind of talked about it over twice, but good to, know what we're doing there. Joe Crawford's seminar was so much fun. 14,000 miles for $100. That was a blast. And then we had the Jet Midwest tour. I really held off on uploading this just to balance out and show you what tours would look like in Atlanta. So that's why that's there. And overall, I think that turned out really well in that placement. And then, yeah, the last two videos, we literally had 3 done in the last 2 months. So I know it was slow. I apologize, but this will certainly change. So we had the day 3 vlog, which I saved towards the end on purpose, and just to give you an idea of what the scope looks like. So I was very happy with that. And then Noel Phillips during the banquet dinner, we had a really cool speech from him. Really enjoyed it, and overall, I think it was an absolute blast. So Airliners International 2024. Also, the Amelia Earhart tour video is edited and ready to go. I just haven't uploaded it yet, so that's why you're not seeing it here, but that was one of the final videos. And then obviously this grand conclusion wrap up. So what a great show it was. I think that we did really good on content, considering, you know, this isn't a heavy plane spotting airport. Hopefully Atlanta will be much more promising, and hopefully we'll be able to do like bi-monthly videos, hopefully like 6 big plane spotting videos is kind of what I'm thinking. We'll just see again how much we spot and what it looks like. So I'm certainly really excited for it all. And then obviously we have a bunch of seminars, which I hope to cover as many as possible next year. What I really wanted to do was do a live stream, but once I got this summer internship, I got kind of, you know, in a tough placement with that. So that's where that kind of fell through, but they're all on YouTube, so definitely check them out from WAS. And then definitely expect videos from the ATL seminars. I hope to do a big live stream, hopefully once I'm a little bit more settled and so forth. And I could come back and do that video at some point, just stay tuned. So just depends on what happens in my life and, you know, where the content's going to be. But obviously I have to look at from a popularity perspective. The GeminiJets videos are the most popular, so we're going to do most of those by default. But, you know, if I do have enough opportunity to make videos like that, you bet I will. So that's Airliners International 2024, everybody. I really hope all of you enjoyed it. I certainly did. I had a blast covering the show. And if you all have any questions or any content you'd like to see long-term from the show, feel free to let me know. But I certainly think this was progress from Dallas. We had a couple of videos that didn't end up making it out, which is completely on me. So yeah, Atlanta's going to be even better though. Excited for the fluidness. We have kind of perfected the format at this point. So we'll continue to bounce around. I'm sure we'll have some new content forums. I definitely want to look towards more of those interview type videos, you know, one-on-one discussions. I think that there's some real value to those. So definitely expect videos like that, and maybe some more montages, just looking at model aircraft particularly, as you can never go wrong with that. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process. Do you love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.